And the housing boom isn't limited to Canada's big cities. It's happening in the smaller ones, too. Saskatoon is a good example. But instead of pent-up demand there, it's driven up by an influx of industry. The city is expected to quadruple in size in the coming decades. And as Jessica Brown tells us, Saskatoon is struggling to stay ahead of the wave.
The girls usually sleep on the bed, and the boys usually sleep on the floor.
Debbie cramps her family of 5 grandchildren into a tiny 2-bedroom apartment, struggling to make ends meet. A scene playing out across the city of Saskatoon as housing and rental prices soar.
Every day I go to the soup kitchen with these kids. Oh man, my heart's breaking. And I see it, it's full. I see kids there in strollers and it's heartbreaking.
With all the good things that come with a boom, there's always those who are left behind. The city of Saskatoon says it must start planning now, with predictions of 1 million people living in the Prairie City by 2050.
That's why we got into attainable housing. 5 years ago, we said that we wanted to produce 2,500 attainable homes in Saskatoon, and we reached that lofty goal of 2,534. The next 10 years, we're looking at 5,000 units for Saskatoon.
Existing house prices have risen dramatically, 189% in the past 10 years, leaving the current vacancy rate at a scarce 2.6%. In 2012, Saskatoon jumped up to be one of the 10 most expensive cities in Canada, with average house prices around $318,000, not far behind Montreal and Edmonton.
When you talk about the price of housing going up, one thing you need to remember that salaries have gone up here too, and so we're going to see more of that.
As they move forward, city planners are looking to learn from mistakes made in cities like Calgary and Edmonton, where they didn't anticipate the sudden growth.
Never have so many people lived in this province as what are living in this province today. That puts pressure on our infrastructure, and that's why we're investing $2.5 billion over the next 3 years to deal with some of those pressures.
Despite some growing pains, the mayor says he'd have it no other way, but he needs to act fast before a vibrant and healthy city is overwhelmed by the rush. Jessica Brown, Global News, Saskatoon.